Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Drunken Kobold. Today I am doing a little bit of a discussion for Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, what my thoughts are on what is to come, and how excited I am for this. Let me just tell you now, super fucking excited. So let's take a look. First, what did we know from D&D Live about Fizban's Treasury of Dragons? We knew that the 5 gem dragons were going to be introduced, so that is not a surprise. We knew that there was going to be a Dragonborn update. We knew that there was going to be at least one dragon-themed subclass, that the book revolved around 20 different kinds of dragons, and that there was going to be a dragon-related bestiary. Well, now we have, after D&D Celebration, we have quite a few new details of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons to share. So without further ado, let's hop into that and see what we get here. All right, so in terms of what we know now, gem dragons still on the table. All of them are being introduced: amethyst, crystal, moonstone, emerald, and sapphire. So we know that there is going to be a 224 page count for this book, so it is a pretty standard book, not going to be quite as big as the 3.5 Draconomicon, and definitely not worth splitting into multiple books like the 4E Draconomicons. We know that this book has a large array of Dungeon Master tools, including new regional effects, maps for dragon layers, new layer actions, horde tables, adventure hooks, etc. So have to say, really excited for the DM tools. We now know what 19 of the 20 dragons are that are going to be here. So we have our metallics, our chromatics, our gems. We also have deep dragons, fairy dragons, shadow dragons, and dragon turtles. What our 20th dragon is, not 100% sure. I hope we do see the undead dragons, but or at least more in terms of Draco Liches, but never know. I can't say never know. I guess we'll know when the book comes out. We know that there is lore attached to these in terms of how dragons exist across the multiverse and are connected to each other. And we also know that every dragon in this book is getting a Great Worm variant. So these are much older and larger than your standard ancient dragons. I feel like Arviaterus could be borderline Great Worm if you wanted to use her as such. It wouldn't be that much of an issue. We also know that lore-wise, we're getting a little bit of details into the first world. So before all the planes of existence existed, we are seeing the first world that now no longer exists and how Tiamat and Bahamut had a role in its destruction. We knew that, but now it's been confirmed that it is here. So in terms of our subclasses, we know for sure that we are getting a dragon-themed ranger. It is called the Drake Warden Ranger. And we know that we are getting the Ascendant Dragon Monk. So, not classes that I'm overly fond of. I play a ranger right now. I'm playing a Primal Beastmaster. But rangers aren't my typical play, and neither are monks. If you know the origins of the name of my channel, you're going to find that funny because it is a monk. But yeah. We know that we're going to have new ancestries for Dragonborn in terms of gem dragons, and we also know that metallics and chromatic Dragonborn are getting an update as well. This was revealed in the Unearthed Arcana, and in terms of previews for the Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, the Unearthed Arcana Dragonborn are pretty much entirely intact from what we got to playtest. We know that new feats, new magic items, and new spells are coming here. Spells are pretty much going to be what we got to see in Unearthed Arcana. Hopefully we get a few more, and hopefully a couple balancing issues were tweaked with those spells. I cannot wait to see what kind of magic items we come out with. Hopefully we get actually some of the ones from the Tyranny of Dragons book in here, so that way we have a core book that has those items, not just an adventure. The bestiary. I love what is in this bestiary, but just a quick rundown. We're going to have our gem dragons introduced, our dragonkin that are on the 20 dragons list, including ancient great turtles, and I'm assuming we're going to get wormling and young great turtles. It'll be interesting to see how they compare to the great turtle that we have in the monster manual. Wyverns are coming to 5e. Thank you. I love wyverns in terms of being a dragonkin, and I feel that they have been missing from 5e for far too long. They should have been in the first monster manual, but that is just my opinion. We know that we are getting aspects of the dragon gods. So Tiamat was in Rise of Tiamat. Don't see that stat block changing too much, but we are also getting stats for Bahamut. In terms of the Gem Dragon God, I don't think we're getting stats for him yet, but it would be really awesome if we do. The Elder Brain Dragon got previewed, and by God, that thing is fucking terrifying. That is what nightmares are made of, so really excited to see that come to play. Sea serpents are coming, as well as dragon type minions. There is a whole list of the various creatures that can be found on the Reddit, and I'm sure more will get updated as more previews happen. So really, really pumped for Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. Love that we're getting a Bahamut stat block, CR30, perfect. Love that dragon turtles are getting, a full range of creatures added to their bestiary rather than just the one in the monster manual. So really excited for that. This is the most pumped I have been for a book in a long, long time. I recently went and picked up another copy of Draconomicon for 3.5, as well as my 4E. So I want to see what lore has kind of remained consistent over the years, what they've retconned, and what they have added. So really excited for Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I am going back to finish watching D&D Celebration, get caught up on some of the stuff I've missed so far. What are your thoughts of the previews in terms of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons? Let me know in the comments down below. If you feel I deserved it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. In the meantime, cheers, and may your rolls be with you.